Andrew here again. In this final video in the series on behavioural biases, I want to talk about hindsight bias. And the simple way of thinking about hindsight bias is our tendency to think that we knew something was going to happen all along based on the information that is now available to us. And it's our brain's tendency to think things were more predictable than they actually were in reality. So to give you a real world non-financial example, is for our son's birthday, we took him and some friends to an escape room. And if you're not familiar with an escape room, they're where you get locked in a room and there's a theme to them. This one was a Sherlock Holmes theme, and you have to piece together clues that step by step build up a solution that gets you unlocked so you can escape the room. Now, when we went through it, we struggled a little bit, and we finally got there with seconds to spare. And when we were saw the final answer to get us out of the room, to piece all those clues together, it became obvious what the solution was. But that's because we were looking back at all the bits of information that we put together at the time over the course of the hour in there. So we had all the information ultimately at the end. But when we were going through it at the time, obviously we didn't have all the information, so it wasn't clear what the solutions were until we look back with hindsight. And this works in the financial world when we might think that we should have made a better financial decision. Maybe the stock market's crashed and we look back and said, well, that was obviously going to happen because we can piece together all the trigger events that led up to that crash. But at the time, it was just surrounded by noise and uncertainty. There was no clear path to that final outcome. It can also lead us to believe that experts are actually less expert than they make out that they are. For example, let's think back to the 2008 financial crash. After the event, a lot of people were saying, yeah, we knew that was going to happen for these reasons. But we didn't hear from them at the time. There were very few people predicting the great financial crash. They were just wise after the event. So it can have two different outcomes. It can lead us to be regretful and question ourselves and decisions we make, or it can actually lead to overconfidence bias if we just happen to get something right more through luck or through judgment. Or again, thinking about the experts, an active fund manager who might look like they're making really sensible, informed decisions about their investments and performing really well. Well, that could just be attributable to luck rather than actually them being skillful. So we look back at the decisions they've made and think, well, they must be experts. We'll invest with them at a higher price, a higher charge, when actually the future results and outcomes are anything but certain. So the way to overcome hindsight bias is, again, like the rest of these biases I've described, is to be aware that they exist, not to blame ourselves if we didn't make a decision or did make a decision that in hindsight proved to be the incorrect one, and be aware if we might be overconfident because of some decisions that we made based on luck, or we think, well, that's obviously going to happen. I will make the right decision next time because it will be clearer next time to me because I'll have all that available information. When in reality, the next time there'll be just as much noise and much uncertainty to be able to discern and make an informed decision. And again, when we've got a financial plan, when we're sticking to that plan, we're going to make decisions in a more controlled and informed manner, rather than being reactionary, making our decisions based on events as they occur at the time. So that's hindsight bias, and that concludes everything I wanted to explain and describe about these various biases that we have. We've looked at a number of different ones. We looked at recency bias, overconfidence bias, confirmation bias, herding, mental accounting. If you've not seen all of them, please go back and watch them. But I hope they've been helpful, and thank you for watching through this series. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please click on the thumbs up button. If you've got views, opinions, experiences that you want to share, please do leave them in the comments section. If you want to receive more videos like this as and when I produce them, please do subscribe. And if you want to know more about how I help my clients plan and live their ideal retirement free of money worries, please go to neliganfinancial.co.uk. In the meantime, thanks for watching.